What's up everyone, it's your boy Hitman89, I hope you're having an awesome day. If you have a PS5 or a PS5 Pro, then you've come to the right place, cause we're gonna be looking at the top 15 PS5 games so far. I've only picked the exclusives, and before we have a look at the first one, I wanna let you know that PSN cards are cheaper on Instant Gaming, so you can save up on your PS Plus subscription and games as well. If you're on PC, don't wait for sales anymore. Get your favorite games at the best prices year-round. Game Pass Ultimate codes work on both PC and Xbox, so you might want to get some of those too. Instant Gaming is 100% legit. I've been using it myself since last year and it truly is instant. The link is in the description, so use it and get all the games you want for cheap. Now let's have a look at the first game on my list. Returnal starts off with you crash landing on an unknown planet, which is already not great, but you quickly realize you're stuck there in a never-ending loop. Every time you die, you start over. Back when this game came out, there were only like 2 exclusives, so I tried really hard to get into Returnal, but I couldn't. Roguelike games aren't really for me, and I don't like sci-fi stuff either. But hey, if that's your thing, then you'll love Returnal. Next, we have Spider-Man 2. This time, we have 2 main characters and faster, even more fun traversal. The combat system was also improved with better moves and gadgets. Quick disclaimer, this is a genuine top 15 list. I chose the best PS5 exclusives, but I ranked them based on personal preference, from the one I liked the least to my absolute favorite, so keep that in mind.
Hey, need a hand?
Now let's have a look at the next game. Stellar Blade pretty much came out of nowhere, and every guy on planet Earth loved it. Why? Cause boobies. That's why. The solid gameplay probably helped too. Whether you're into dodging or parrying, just practice a little bit till you get the hang of it and you'll enjoy the game. At number 12, we have Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition, which includes the Burning Shores expansion that's not available on PS4, so visually speaking, it's even more impressive than the base game. And for a graphics whore like myself, that makes exploring this beautiful world much more enjoyable. There are some interesting side quests too, and I like how Forbidden West made melee a viable option, but if you've never played the first one, then you might want to consider picking up Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered instead. Next, we have V-Rising. The only place to play this unique survival game on console is on PS5, and I feel like the devs did a really good job adapting the controls from the keyboard and mouse to the DualSense. Anyway, on V-Rising, you're a vampire, so you'll be building your castle, upgrading your gear, defeating a bunch of special enemies, and literally absorbing their powers. My brother and I played V-Rising a lot last year, and let me tell you, even if you don't like survival games that much, this one's dope. Now we're stepping into top 10 territory with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Compared to the remake that came out 4 years ago, Rebirth features way more open areas to explore and a bunch of mini games that might low-key make you forget about your journey. The game is really fun to play and it'll keep you busy for a while. Chocobo rides are the icing on the cake. Final Fantasy XVI is also a decent option, but I felt like it was too action-oriented. Speaking of action, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is an excellent open-world samurai game that doesn't clog the screen with all kinds of bullshit, and it's got an excellent combat system. Basically, it's what Assassin's Creed Shadows will never be. All jokes aside, you can challenge enemies to a standoff and fight them honorably, or if you're a backstabbing bitch like me, you can use stealth and assassinate everyone. I don't know about you, but even when I play Souls games, I roll around until I get behind an enemy just so I can backstab them. I love it. Let me know if you also do that. Now, the only reason The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered isn't higher on this list is because I played the shit out of the original on PS4 and later on PS5 with the 60 FPS update, so I feel like this remaster was unnecessary as fuck. In other words, a cash grab. Part 2 Remastered and Part 1 are only worth getting if you haven't played the originals on PS3 and PS4, but if you already did that, then you should take a look at the next game on my list. God of War Ragnarok has better combat and more enemy and weapon variety than the 2018 reboot. It looks more than decent, there are no loading screens, and the transitions from cutscenes to gameplay are seamless. Oh, and the haptic feedback implementation makes the gameplay even more immersive. And if you're wondering why Ragnarok isn't higher on this list, Well, it's cause, in my opinion, the story and pacing don't live up to the 2018 reboot. Anyway, if you like games where every time you come across a puzzle, your companions solve it for you before you even get a chance to think about it, then you'll love this one. Oh, and it's now included with PS Plus Extra, so definitely check it out. Next, we have Gran Turismo 7. I'm not even into racing games, but World Map mode reminds me of the good old Gran Turismo 2 days on PS1. I was 9 back then. Anyway, buying new cars or earning them by winning races and slowly upgrading them is fun, and it gets addictive real quick. Getting new objectives at the cafe makes the game more interesting, because you don't feel like you're just playing one race after another. Now let's take a look at the first game that made it into the top 5. Despite its serious server issues at launch, Helldivers 2 quickly managed to become everyone's favorite multiplayer exclusive. I mean, it's not like we have a bunch of options anyway, so Helldivers 2 will have you fighting tons of giant bugs with up to 3 friends in order to spread democracy throughout the galaxy. If, like me, you don't have any friends, don't worry, cause I've been exclusively playing with randoms and I had a blast. I must have killed over 100 teammates by now with my reckless grenades and airstrikes. The next game on my list looks like a Pixar movie, but Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart isn't necessarily for kids, unless you play it on easy. No, but seriously, it offers a challenging experience, especially during boss fights. What made me love this game is its huge variety of weapons and how every single one of them has its own unique feel. In my opinion, the best thing about the PS5 is the DualSense. I really hope more games would use it properly. Speaking of which, at number 3 we have Astro Bot. It only took me a couple of seconds to really like it because of how well it uses the DualSense's features. It's also an excellent platformer, packed with references to iconic games and characters that every PlayStation fan will instantly recognize. It's the perfect game for kids and for adults too. I honestly didn't really think I'd like it, but I ended up loving it. Just like Astro Bot, Silent Hill 2 caught me off guard, cause the early trailers were a little worrying, but the Silent Hill 2 remake turned out to be one of the best games of 2024. Not gonna lie, the first few hours depressed the shit out of me. Thank God, later on, I met this stripper who kept hitting on me, and that helped me keep going. As you can see, the game looks stunning. So if you enjoy solving 10 puzzles just to unlock a door and beating the shit out of 4-legged bitches, then get Silent Hill 2. Now, I'ma finally show you my favorite exclusive yet. I got the PS5 back in January 2021 and Demon's Souls was the first exclusive I played. Honestly, I got it just for the graphics, but when I played it, I ended up loving it so much that I beat it, reinstalled Dark Souls 3 and beat that too, all in the same month, cause I have no life. No, but seriously, 5 years later, Demon's Souls is still one of the best looking PS5 games. Check out this fat fox jiggly butt cheeks. Where else can you see that? And those are the best PS5 exclusives so far. Perfect to play while you're waiting for Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yotei. If I missed any great ones, let me know in the comments. I hope you found this video helpful or funny. If that's the case, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like. It really helps. It's been Hitman89. Have a good one.